This video tutorial is for new ODP students, and it's to give you an insight in how you access the Portal and Blackboard sites within the main UEA homepage, and also some of the content and information that you need to look at when you've got into those Blackboard and Portal sites. So the first thing we need to do is to open up an internet browser, and I'm using Safari, but most popular internet browsers are very similar in how they work. I'm just going to maximise this now. And we're going to go to the address bar at the top of the internet browser, and we're going to type in the website address for the main UEA homepage. And this is www.uea.ac.uk. And we're redirected now to the main UEA homepage. As you can see, there's lots of information on the main homepage. There's some drop-down tabs with various links to other sections within the website. But the section we're interested in, if we scroll right down to the bottom of the website, the quick link section at the bottom, under the information area, right at the bottom is a link to the UEA portal. Now it says UEA only in brackets because this is a section of the website which is only available to UEA students enrolled on a course. Because of this, when we click the link, we are presented with a pop-up box where you have to put in your UEA username and password for security. Now you'll only have access to your username and password once you've completed your online registration form that you get with your welcome email before you start the course. So it's really important that you take some time to enter this information and to do your online registration so you can access the Portal and Blackboard sites. So I'm going to enter my information now. Now most internet browsers will give you the option to remember your password for future reference, and this means when you access the portal in the future you won't have to put in your username and password, you can go straight to the portal site. I'd only recommend doing this if you are using a computer, your own computer, which others don't have access to. So this is my own computer, so I'm going to click that to remember my password, and I'm going to log into the portal site. It's now taken us to the main portal homepage, and again you can see there's various pieces of information on this main homepage. The various sections have a light blue header, and on the right hand side there are these little cogs, and you can customize each section to either put more content in, remove content, or rearrange the content. I'm not going to go into any more information on how you do that, but do take some time to look at and customize your own homepage. Along the left hand side at the top we have links to other sections within the portal, and there are three main ones that you need to be familiar with when you start the course. The first one is the home page, which we're on now, and that's why it's highlighted in blue, and next to that the academic link. This takes us to the academic page, including your ODP specific page, so you'll be using this academic link quite a lot. Finally, right at the end here on the right is a link to your UEA email account. Now if you need to be contacted by members of staff at the UEA or members of staff on placement, they'll use your UEA email account to contact you and not your own personal account, so you need to keep regular updates on your emails. The UEA recommends that you check this periodically every 48 hours. So looking on the home page now, and an area you need to be familiar with immediately is under the My Organisations section is the link to the NSC student site. Now this contains information applicable to all students at the School of Nursing Sciences, NSC. And we can see on the main site we have a section in the middle for announcements, and these are announcements applicable to all NSC students. There will be periodical updates with various information and news about the School of Nursing Sciences, and you might also have information about any policy or guideline changes as well, or assessment changes, so it's important that you keep up to date with these announcements. On the left hand side, in this first blue box, there are links to further sections within the NSC site, and the sections applicable to you as an ODP student are the pre-registration student section and the learning and teaching service section. Now both of these sections contain information, documents, policies, guidelines, handbooks and other information that you'll need for your ODP course. We understand that it can be confusing sometimes accessing these different sections within the portal when you first start. So what we've done for your convenience is we've taken the most important documents from these two sections and we've included them in your ODP specific section. We'll go and look at that now. To access that, like I say, you need to click on the academic link. And this is probably the page that you'll be using the most on the portal. On the top left-hand side, we can see the modules which you're enrolled on, or in my instance, the modules that I'm teaching. And this is the Operating Department Practice module, which you'll be enrolled on. This takes you to the ODP specific site. So we'll click on that now. Again, you can see it's very similar to the NSC site where we've got announcements in the middle. And these are where ODP specific announcements will be posted by ODP lecturers or any other lecturers that might teach you sessions. On the left hand side in the top blue box again, we can see various links, and the ones I want to bring to your attention are the module information link, and this is where we've taken the information from the NSC site and put it into your site, and also the module documents link. So we'll have a look at those two now in a little bit more detail. Going first to the module information link, we can see we've got various folders with different information. We've got an assessments folder, we'll click on that and we'll just show you there's lots of information here, guidance, tutorials and policies, and other information that you need to be aware of. So do take your time to have a look through these policies. And as I say, they're also available on the main NSC site. If at any point you want to go back to the previous folder, you can either press back on your internet browser button, or at the top here in the grey bar, we have a progression bar, so you can go back to the previous folder just by clicking on that link. Under assessments, we've got handbooks. It's pretty self-explanatory, contains your own ODP specific handbook and also the generic core handbook that all NSC students have. The next folder contains information from your professional and regulatory bodies, such as the Health and Care Professions Council, who regulate ODPs, the College of Operating Department Practitioners, who are our professional body, and the Association for Perioperative Practice, which also contain documents and information which will influence perioperative practice and ODPs. So we'll click on this now. Again, each of the sections have their own folder, and if we click on the HCPC folder, for example, we have important documents and guidelines that you need to be aware of throughout your training and when you qualify as an ODP. It is important that you do read and learn these documents because they are very important to you as ODP students. Again, we can go back through the folders and back to the general module information folder. If we look very quickly now at the module documents section, we can see that the document section has been split into year 1 and year 2 depending on where you are in your training, and there's also a folder here for IPL, which stands for Interprofessional Learning, and we'll give you more information about that when you start the course. So we go into year 1, for example, and I'm just going to click on term B here. You can see each term has further folders within them. One which is labelled EBL, this stands for Inquiry-Based Learning, which ODP students will be taking part in throughout each unit of their training, and again we'll go in more information about that when you start your training. And there's also a folder in each term labelled Lecture Notes and Presentations. This is where if you have any presentations by PowerPoint or Keynote by your lecturers, copies of these presentations will be available for you to use for a revision at a later date. So that's a very brief overview of some of the main features of the Blackboard and Portal site. We'll go into more detail of some of the other features that you need to use when you start the course.